How's it going, everybody? My name is Absoulem, and welcome back to the All Collectibles walkthrough for Resident Evil Village on the Village of Shadows difficulty. This is part number 4 in my walkthrough, and if you guys are returning, then welcome back, and if you're new here, then thank you so much for checking out this video. And to recap what we've been doing, we've been collecting the angel masks for the statues in the castle, and in this piece of the walkthrough, I'm going to finish the castle in entirety, which includes the boss fight for Lady Dimitrescu. So let's get started without further ado with part number 4 for this walkthrough. So in this part, we're going to be getting the last angel mask, defeating the final sister, and then defeating Lady Dimitrescu herself. Also, we are going to finish looting the castle in its entirety, and most of these areas will be blue when we're done. The ones that are left red, I want to point out that I've covered all of the tangible loot, and the things that are left are going to be gemstones that are hidden around the castle. And I've pointed out a few of them, but I'm not going to cover every single location of the gemstones just because it's a lot of time. And in order to save some time for this walkthrough, it's already a long part. I'm going to leave that up to you, and I'm going to point them out as I walk through, but I'm not going to cover every single spot. They shine, they're really easy to find, it's not that difficult, and if you're a completionist, then that's probably what's missing on your end if you followed along so far. But first, we're going to go find the missing treasure from the treasure note that we picked up in the previous part, and that's going to be down here in the dungeons. So for these ones, I would just sit back here and just let them come to you. You should be an expert at this point by killing these guys. We've killed a lot of them so far, so shouldn't be too worried about these guys. They're kind of derpy, if I'm not lying. Like, they just kind of fall around and stuff. The only thing I think Capcom nailed with these guys is when you actually wound them, they fall towards you and not away from you. I feel like that's kind of a good mechanic, honestly, because they're not very tough, but that's the one thing you gotta watch out for. Alright, so once you're through this dungeon, there's going to be this door back here, and you can use your iron insignia key and open up this. And then it's going to be another puzzle with the torches, and in this one you actually need an explosive to break the wall right here. So I'm just going to use a pipe bomb and break open the wall. Alright, so once you get that one lit, this is a little bit tricky. I kind of messed up right here, but what you want to do is get on this side of it, and then you're going to shoot the one first, the further one away. And then when it comes swinging back, then that's when you shoot the one closest. And then once you do that, you're done, and you can pick up your reward, which is going to be a glass eyeball that you can combine with the ring later on. All right, now that we're done with this area, now we can move upstairs and make our way to the armory, which is going to be where we fight the third sister. And feel free before doing this to actually go loot the rest of the castle. You can do that in any order, because at this point we have the entire castle opened. or the ability to open the doors. There's nothing that's locked at this point. So it's kind of up to you. If you want to go complete the map, it's totally open at this point to go do that. I'm just showing you the storyline path and any major treasure and things like that. So here's one of those gemstones I was mentioning. It's right up here. So it's pretty obvious when you start looking for them in whatever room you're in. Just look for the shining thing and it'll turn blue after you've gotten it, most likely. And in a few cases, there are a few different gemstones. But that's what I mean when I say that. It'd be really time consuming to go through the entire castle showing you every single gem. But I'm going to leave that up to you. If you want, it's optional. It's not needed at all. There are only a few points at the merchant anyways. Also, a friendly reminder, if you have infinite ammo on your guns, feel free to sell off the ammo for whatever gun it is and make your money back and also free up inventory. So.
You will learn what it means to insult House Domitresk.
Oh, will we? Will we learn what it means to insult you? Or am I just going to go to my secret safe place? So yeah, so right here, we can pretty much just see what she's gonna do. And I like when you keep it open like this, you can just decide which way to go based on where she walks. Pretty good tactic, I would say. So there's another gemstone right there in that painting. It's really just a matter of looking around the room and finding them all. Okay, so this is where we're going to fight the third sister. This is another pretty easy boss fight. It's not too bad. You want to loot up ahead of time, and then it's pretty much just run around the room with your shotgun. But it's an armory, so there's plenty of ammo when you get in this boss fight. Sorry, I was convinced there was a gemstone right there, but I think it completes once you put the mask in. Okay, so right here, make sure that you equip your shotgun or whatever you need, and then go ahead and craft any pipe bombs or whatever you might need, because you're going to have to blow open the wall. And if you don't have any, there are some on the back right table. But the way this works is there's that bookshelf right there. You move it, and then you blow open the wall, and then essentially you just run circles around the room and shoot the sister.
I was worried my sisters had gotten to hers.
So yeah, okay, once that's open, she's kind of annoying because she runs really quick. And so what I would do is just shoot one time, maybe twice if you can get away with it, but she's really fast. And she'll hit you for a lot of health if you get hit. So I just try to shoot once and try to run away. If she does catch you, try to block. Otherwise, you'll see in a second what she can do. Because she just keeps hitting you.
You're done.
Her attacks are in threes, basically.
Don't make me angry. You've done it now.
I would say the second sister is by far the easiest. then the third sister, the one we're fighting now, and then the first time you fight the sister is by far the hardest, because that one's just in a pantry. But this one has a lot of health, a lot more than the other ones. And she's dead.
Crazy witch.
Alright, so now you're going to want to loot the rest of the room if you guys haven't already. And then there's this deer antler mask up here that you can inspect and remove the mask piece of it. And then all you're going to do is put it back on the statue where you got the angel mask, and that will open the door. And at this point, we are like pretty much all the way done with the castle, unless you guys want to go loot through the castle. But I've been able to show you every window, all the trophies that you can get, and all of the storyline items, as well as the hidden treasures. And beyond that, we've hit every single like on the ground loot or in a shelf. So it shouldn't be much more to complete the castle if you guys are interested. But I will say that if you guys are doing that, do it now, because yeah, there's that crystal. Because after this, there's no going back. Once you're out of the castle's gone. So I was trying to find that last gemstone for you guys. I haven't looked at every single one on this playthrough, but I know I found it earlier. I just can't remember at the moment. It's kind of annoying that the gemstones are just not worth anything really in the merchant. It's for the work it takes to find them, they're really not worth it.
The entire bloodline of House Domitresk is done in
Whoops.
by the likes of you.
Didn't mean to kill everybody. Alright, so what I do is I just come back here, and then you can save up, and then we're going to put the last mask down, and then at this point we are ready to go fight Lady Dimitrescu. She's a little bit pissed that we killed everybody.
Welcome.
But yeah, here we're just gonna, you can combine that ring as well with the eyeball, and sell off everything you don't need, and then basically just get prepared for the boss fight.
I look forward to
And for the
seeing
boss fight, you're
fruits
gonna
of your
want shotgun,
exploration.
sniper, and health. But if you have the rocket or the grenade launcher, then by all means use that. But I find that the shotgun and the sniper works really well with this, and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean by that. So if you're trying to stock up, get shotgun and sniper.
Yes, I can see why you'd be interested in that. Till next we meet. Oh, yes. Please come again. Yeah.
So yeah, in our walkthrough, we were able to get almost every area. There's just probably like 5 or 6 rooms that we didn't fully complete. But like I said, that's almost nothing at the merchant. It's never a good sign when they're just giving stuff to you. You know, it's never a good sign in a game. So I would try to have around 3 healths. There is going to be a health potion drop at the top of the tower. But for right now, I would try to come into this boss fight with at least 2 or 3. And most likely, you're going to burn all of them if it's your first time. Once you kind of know the patterns, it's not that bad. You really shouldn't have too many issues once you kind of know it. I thought this was going to be a lot harder on Village of Shadows, but it's honestly not that much worse than the standard difficulty. It's just a lot longer. She probably has like about 3 times more health than she does on standard, but the pattern is the same.
You've ruined everything!
Also, can we talk about the fact that we just hunted for this knife for like so long, and then he just drops it? What the hell are you doing, Ethan? This one knife that can kill anything, and he just goes, yeah, we don't need it. Big lady, no. Anybody else getting Dark Souls or Demon Souls vibes off of this? Just getting picked up and taken away to a castle.
Looks like you're outside.
Alright, so for this part, pull out your sniper and try to pop shot her about 3 or 4 times. And you can only really wound her on her upper body. The actual dragon is not really a hitbox. But when it starts charging at you, face the back left corner and you won't get hit at all. Otherwise, you most likely will take like at least 1 hit worth of damage. So just face the back left wall really quick whenever he gets like right up on you, and you'll be fine. Or she, I guess. I guess technically they're the same being. The dragon and her are the same. Okay, so this is where you're going to use your shotgun, and don't be greedy. Just try to shoot her 1 time in the upper body, and then run around the corner. Otherwise, you are going to get absolutely destroyed. So I just wait till she's in sight, and then you walk around the corner, and then just keep doing the same thing. I wouldn't get too carried away with the shots. But this is phase 1, and all the phases kind of work the same way. And I'll explain the second half of each phase. Like right here, she's gonna fly away. This is where you want to pull out your sniper, shoot her in the chest, like probably twice as before. And when you see the dragon itself kind of turn red, it's a good idea to just get away from her. And at this point, you want to beeline to one of these towers that has the room inside of it. Because if you're not in there, you will die. You want to try to get there before the flies get to you. So that was phase 1, and now it's just going to work the exact same way. The only twist on this boss fight is that she will continually destroy the little towers you can hide out in. So you basically start running out of places to go. And a good tip, I would say, is to just be aware of which tower is still around, because it starts to get pretty quick with the flies, and you really need to know where you can run and where you can't. So for that attack, she'll do this like strafe run where she comes down the pathway of one of the things. And it's best just to try to get to one of these towers. But as you can see, I got sidetracked basically and didn't see where she was at. So I would try to kind of keep an eye on her whenever she does her flying around and stuff. You want to know where she's at and to stay out of whatever side of the tower she's on. So when you see those flies come in, it is your job to run to these towers. So this is the start of phase 3, I think out of 4, depending on how well you hit her. I guess it comes down to how much damage you inflict.
I'm going to raven your entrails. Behold my
I don't think these flies are super smart. They seem to just lose track of you as soon as you walk through a doorway. But I guess that goes for every enemy in this game. Alright, so once she destroys that last tower, you know that you're on to the final part, before the final part. But this is the last phase of like what you've been doing. When you see her fall out of the sky like that, you know that you're on the right track. And now it's gonna get a little bit weird. She's gonna start popping up and around you. And you wanna just keep your sniper out and just keep doing that. Alright, now this is the start of the actual final segment. So for this, you want to just pull out your shotgun and get like a couple shots on her, but the flies are almost like water. They're rising up, and you want to stay above the flies. It's not super important that you get a couple shots in, but it definitely helps. Mainly just stay away from the flies. Once you get up here, your job is to loot all the vases as fast as possible because you're not going to get a chance later on. And then now you just want to kind of hang out until she decides to make a move. And this is where your shotgun or your rocket launcher or your grenade launcher is really helpful. And the thing that I would recommend is try to stay to the right of her. Like as you can see, I just got hit, and now I'm going to show you how to dodge it. Well, I'm going to try. It's hard when you're in the middle of healing. So right here, yeah, you want to stay all the way to the right, see, and then you just barely miss it. When it kind of does that growl, you know it's about to charge, and so that's when you want to stay all the way to the right, just like that. All right, once you get to this part, you're done. Oh, she won't let go. And that, my friends, is the first major boss fight on Village of Shadows difficulty. Alcina Dimitrescu. So make sure you get her crystal and then make your way over to the doorway where you're going to find a glass tube. I'm not going to reveal the contents just yet, as that would be a spoiler. But make your way over there and grab that, and we'll be wrapping up this part in just a second. And stay down. But now that we are officially done with the castle, I'm going to wrap up part 4, and then I hope to see you guys in part 5. We're going to be covering quite a bit of ground on part 5, finishing out the village and things like that. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and I hope to see you in the next part. Thank you.